in 1750. Most Jews lived extremely traditional lives. And what I wanted to do was use some of these images to also point out how differently gendered traditional society was. So this is an image of a huppah. The huppah is the marriage canopy, but it's also the ritual of marriage itself. And to me, it symbolizes the traditional ordering of Jewish family life. Now, yes, details of the ritual customs differ greatly, but the basic template of Jewish marriage, the acquisition by the husband of his wife, was over 2,000 years old. The man was the active partner. Only he could initiate a marriage, and only he could effect its dissolution. Most marriages were between young teenagers. Parents arranged them. Brokers were the matchmakers. Matchmakers were the brokers. And this began to change in our period when the age of marriage rises, meaning that there's more consent by the parties involved as adults, but perhaps even more significantly in terms of the law. Civil marriage and divorce became possible. The state begins to recognize and register legally marriages that are not performed by religious authorities. So, for example, for the first time in the 1790s, a Jewish woman petitioned to initiate a divorce against her husband. Rachel Luzzatto Morsheni found herself married to a man almost 20 years her senior who had been unfaithful to her. He had syphilis, and he refused to divorce her. She petitioned and eventually won the right to a civil divorce in civil court, which ultimately led to her obtaining a religious divorce. The two are not the same. So that was the first time this happened. Civil recognition of marriage and divorce also led to the possibility of marriage between people of different faiths. And although this was quite rare until more recently in the 20th century, whether people thought of these developments as positive or negative, it was undoubtedly absolutely transformative. The idea that you could envision certain arrangements that could absolutely not have been possible some decades earlier.